I am so proud to see you all here. It's so wonderful. And this is a crowd that is not just older people and not just younger people. This is a crowd that represents our entire Jewish community, and I am so filled with love and pride that all of you are here today. There's a phrase in the Tisha B'Av Haftorah, and it keeps coming back to me. It says, "We hoped for peace, but no good has come, for a time of healing, but there is only terror. We hope for peace, and we will never stop hoping for peace, and we've been prepared to sacrifice for peace over and over and over again. When the United Nations proposed dividing the land of Israel into two states at the beginning, the state of Israel said yes. The Arab world said no, we will drive every Jew into the sea. In 1967, we were prepared to give back the West Bank immediately, and we were responded to by the three no's of Khartoum: no peace with Israel, no negotiations with Israel, no recognition of Israel. In 2000, the Camp David Accords were this close to creating peace. I was there with a mission from Boston. We had business people who were prepared to invest in the rebuilding of the Palestinian Authority. We believed so deeply that peace was at hand, and we were answered by bus bombs and murders and killings all over the land of Israel until we just had to simply put an end to it. Intifada, horrible violence, buses blowing up families and children in terror and in trauma. We hoped for peace, but no good came. For a time of healing, but there was only terror. And what are we left with now? Where are we? What must we do? We are at the beginning. I am telling you, this is not necessarily a time for cheering. We are at the beginning of an extremely difficult and tough road. The road that Israel must face in the days and months and years ahead will not be solved with any quick victory. It will be long and difficult, and our role will also be long and difficult. No promises of easy successes. We will have to raise our voices to our neighbors and their questions over and over and over again. If we fail Israel right now, what will we say to our grandchildren and great-grandchildren who ask us, where were we? What did we do? All of you are responsible for raising your voices and for doing what we need to do. So I swear, and all of us must swear, in the name of the soldiers who died in this war and in every Israeli war, we must swear before the 6 chimneys and the 6 million. We must swear in the name of our people. We must swear in the name of the nation of Israel that we will never give up, that we will never stop, that we will continually raise our voices, because if we don't, believe me, no one else will. The world. The world has turned completely against us. Europe is against us. What is left standing behind Israel is the United States of America and the Congress of the United States of America. And behind them are all the good people of every faith, and especially the good people of the American Jewish community. If we are not there, it collapses. Our lives are not at risk. We are not among the soldiers who are fighting in the trenches. We are here safe. The least we can do, the very least that we can do, the pledge that we have to make is to stand there behind our brothers and sisters and do what needs to be done. Amazing interview. Amos Oz, a deeply committed member of the peace camp. And he was asked questions, but first he had questions to ask. He asked the interviewer, what are you supposed to do if your neighbor is standing there with an infant on their lap and machine gunning your children across the hallway? What are you supposed to do? And the reporter had no answer. And he said, what are you supposed to do if your neighbor is digging a tunnel under your house that will disgorge hundreds of terrorists to destroy your neighborhood and is standing there behind children. What are you supposed to do? And then finally he said this. Amos Oz says the only alternative to continuing the Israeli military operation is simply to turn the other cheek. I never agreed about the need to turn the other cheek to an enemy. Unlike European pacifists, I never believed the ultimate evil in the world is war. In my view, the ultimate evil is in the world is aggression, and the only way to repel aggression is unfortunately by force. And if I might add an anecdote, a relative of mine who survived the Nazi Holocaust in Theresienstadt always reminded her children and her grandchildren that her life was saved in 1945, not by peace demonstrators with placards and flowers, but by soldiers with submachine guns. So in the name of all who died, and in the name of all who survived, and in the name of a great Jewish future that will give us great Jewish grandchildren and great Jewish great-grandchildren, in the name of all of that, we must get together, and we must remember the IDF did its job. Now, in a much more comfortable situation, we had damn better do our job. In this very appropriate spot, I need to paraphrase the words of one of my earliest heroes, John F. Kennedy. We must be prepared to pay any price, bear any burden, meet any hardship, support any friend, oppose any foe, in order to assure the survival and the success of Israel, the source of our strength as a people, and the goal of 2,000 years of Jewish longing. Thank you.